What up, though, y'all? My name is Kale Myrick, owner and founder of Judah Protection LLC, also a firearm instructor to the USCCA. And this video right here, man, is highly requested. This video occurred between a male and a female in Detroit, Michigan, last Friday, February 21st. People have been sending me this from all over. A lot of my students that wanted to know my opinion, and I wanted to save it for this video. But again, this video happened February 21st, 2025, between a woman and a man getting into a car accident, allegedly, in the video from what Metro Detroit News is giving us, that she hit his car and he got out, and yeah, we gonna watch the video. But this happened off the John C. Lodge in 7 Mile in Detroit, Michigan. So let's watch the video.
What is she about to do?
She trying to fuck up.
Let's try to fuck
Man,
up.
we got a big brick in this shit now.
Yeah, he coming with the bread. She hit the shit trying to get the fuck on. Hey, bro. Hey, that's enough, bro. That's enough. Okay, we got it, bro. We got it, bro. We got it, bro. It's cool. Yeah. Y'all let each other go. Y'all let each other go. Yeah, come on, man. Sure.
So what we'll be doing in this video, I'll let you guys watch it. If you haven't seen the video, I know it's been going viral all over. Like I said, everybody been sending it to me, want to know my opinions, what I have done, what should she have done, what should the gentleman have done, you know, so we can kind of like break it down a little bit piece by piece in this 1 minute video, so you can kind of know what to do in these situations, man. It's super important to know your laws in your state. This is what we want to dive into. So we're gonna go back to the beginning and we're gonna talk about this video. So as you can see in the video, she's pulling out. She's pulling out in the video. Now I want y'all to look at this. Look at this distance between her and him. At this point, she could have pulled off. Even though Michigan is a stand your ground state, if this situation would have turned out violent, say she had a pistol, right? Which I do encourage everybody, male and female, but especially my women, to get your CPL, because you never know. But if you look at the video, she had ample amount of time to pull off. Let's keep watching. Also, I was getting comments. I was typing in the chat on Metro Detroit News on Instagram and Facebook, and a lot of people were saying that she got stuck. Initially, she didn't get stuck because she stopped, which she should have never stopped, right? Why? Because she's in the vehicle, he's on foot. He can't outrun her car. And she was expected, the prosecutor would have ate this up if she would have had a pistol and she would have shot this man. When she had an opportunity to flee the scene, what she should have did was pulled off, called the police. But a lot of times we let our pride, we let fear override how we think and how we should do things, right? And I get it. She's a woman, he's a man. See, a lot of people are like, man, I would have killed him. I would have popped him. I heard all of, and I understand the emotional part of it. But being in a situation like this, what she should have done was pulled off. But let's see what she does next. She stopped to have words with this man, which gave him an opportunity to get a little closer. Let's watch. And we're gonna see what he do. He threw the brick again. Was he right and justified for what he was doing? Not at all. But on her end and for her safety, this is a man. She's a woman. And he has a brick in his hand. She's in her car. He's outside of his car. Now, when people were saying, but she was stuck. Now she's stuck now because she let her car settle in the snow. But she should have pulled off. She had several opportunities to pull off. Let's keep watching. What she did now was get out the car. Now I get it. You know, a man, you have a man, an angry man throwing a brick at your car that's close to you now. But that's still a man and you're still a woman. And clearly, well, I don't know if she didn't, but she didn't have a weapon on her anyway. So that fight would have been off regardless without her having a weapon. Now you can see in this part of the video, she's getting manhandled now because this man is close up on her now. Thank God there were men there that was able to actually stop the incident, but this could have really turned bad for her. You know, and it's just a message to all the ladies. You know, I get it. You know, I get it. But you have to make sure in situations like this, you're not talking so much, women. And fellas, you got to control your anger because that gave him no justification. I don't care if she did hit his vehicle. That gave him no reason to put his hands on this woman. No reason at all. But for women, when situations like this and you in conflict with a man, don't talk so much, please, ladies. Remember, because everything you say or do can be used against you in the court of law. Everything you say or do. And that's why it's important also to know your laws in your state. Michigan, we are a stand your ground state, right? So that means you don't have a duty to retreat. If you have legal right to be in a vicinity or in an area, you can do so. Because why? Michigan, we a stand your ground state. But also that can not work in your favor as well, because if she would have had her pistol and she'd have pulled it out and shot this man, killed him, she could have quoted, "I fear for my life," right? She had several opportunities to flee the scene and call the police. But instead, she had words back and forth with this man. She chose to take matters in her hands. And we can see where this turned out. She has complete control of this woman. She can't do absolutely anything with him. Why? Because he's a man and he's physically stronger. So women, in situations like this, please be wise, women. Please be wise in situations like this. Don't try to argue with no man. Don't try to go back and forth. I don't even care if you do have a firearm. Using your firearm should be a last resort, always. And if you don't, if it isn't your last resort, the prosecutor will make it his business. It's her business to throw you away for it, which is why in the Black community, we get in trouble so much with firearms, because a lot of times we act out of emotion instead of understanding the legal ramifications of us doing things. We're not considering the financial. We just instantly jump to, oh, no, I got a gun on me. I'm about to start shooting. Now you're putting yourself in jeopardy now. In a self-defense situation, you have three options: avoid, escape, and defend. She had several opportunities to avoid and escape the scene, but she went instantly to defend, which a lot of us naturally do. But you have to think in the midst of situations like this, because it could be life or death for you. Thank God, like I said, these two gentlemen was here to actually defuse and stop the situation and break it up. But he could have choked the girl out. We don't know. He could have had a weapon on him. He could have had a knife. He could have had a pistol. Nobody knows. But he's physically stronger than this woman. He could have killed her with his bare hands. So women, I had to do this video. You have to be wise in situations like this. We use the Shark Tank analogy a lot in the USCCA. So ask yourself, what would it take for you to jump into a Shark Tank? What if your expensive watch fell in? What if your phone fell in the Shark Tank? What if your favorite hat fell into a Shark Tank? Even though I wouldn't do it, most people would say, I'm jumping in there for my Richard Mille or my Rolex. I paid $50,000 for that. Some people would. You would get a lot of people that be like, nah, I'm not doing that. But you got a lot of people that be like, nah, I'm gonna jump in there for my Rolex. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I paid a lot. I worked hard for that. But what if your child would have fell into that Shark Tank? Would you jump in? I would assume and agree that a lot of parents will say, if my child fell into a Shark Tank, I would jump inside of it, even if that means I will get killed as well. But to sit there and watch while my child get ate by a shark, that will change a lot of people's trajectory. And what will be logical, you will be illogical at that point and jump into a Shark Tank. And that's just an analogy that we use. But you gotta ask yourself, are you willing to die over a situation or go to jail over a situation? Is it that serious to you? And going back to this point here, would you put yourself in jeopardy of prison, and being prosecuted for a situation that you could have escaped? Mind you, again, she was in her vehicle. He was on his feet. He's an older gentleman, but even if he was a younger gentleman, he can't outrun a car unless you flash, right? So you have to understand when can you legally use force. She could have had every right in her mind and her logic to shoot this man because he's coming at me aggressively and he has a brick. But legally, like I said, the prosecutor would eat her up in court. And we have evidence of her being able to escape.
He got it, bro. It's good, yeah. Y'all let each other go. Y'all let each other go. Yeah.
And also too, I wish nothing but the best for this woman here. I know that was a traumatic experience that she had to experience on her own. She had nobody in the car to help defend her. Thank God that there were men there on the scene that was able to actually break it up. But I only could imagine how traumatic that experience may have been for her. But ladies, this is why you have to be wise while you out and about. You have to be wise. Even if you do have a firearm. And if you do have a firearm, you should be even more wise while you carrying. Because a CPL is not a justification to just kill because you got a gun on you. You have to think, you have to train, you have to do all of these things when you're in possession of a firearm. Because anything you say or do while you're in possession of a firearm, you're going to be overly judged by the law. And she's a black woman on top of that, which is a whole nother topic when you're talking about firearms and law in a self-defense situation. So I hope this is a lesson for everybody that watched this video and that was viewing it, because it definitely was a lesson for me as an instructor. And I do plan on using this scenario in classes, in my CPL classes when I teach. But I hope this was able to help y'all. I mean, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, please put it in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you got to say, because this is definitely important and these are lives at stake. And even if you had a situation like this where it was something similar, I want to hear it as well. Y'all have a good one. Be safe out there. Love.